yo soy Lau y el día de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial. Tenemos con nosotros a Toshi Kawai. Toshi, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time and dedicated this time for this interview.
You're very welcome. I mean, I'm really honored to be here to speak about Japanese culture to the audience for this program.
Thank you so much. We are honored too. So, we are going to start with the questions. Vamos a comenzar con las preguntas. Chicos, este va a ser un video en inglés, pero vamos a estar traduciendo para ustedes en los subtítulos, ¿va? ¡Hajimemashou! Toshi, please tell us how long have you been in Mexico?
I've been here since the beginning of last year, 2018.
Of course, you are living in Puebla.
Yes.
And it's difficult to have an opinion of the whole Mexico. Mm-hmm. But so far, what is your impression about Mexico as a country?
Yes, when I have to say in one word, it's not exactly one word, like rich, complex country. Yes, or culture. Yes.
And so far, you have been here for 1 year and some months. Do you have a favorite Mexican food?
Well, I should say I have too many to point out only one, but kind of formal one. I like pipián verde. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, spicy, but like, I mean, there are some spicy stuff. It's very difficult for Japanese to appreciate it, and this one is kind of okay for Japanese. I don't know why, but like it's probably similar to Japanese herbal spice like wasabi. Maybe green one is simply tacos is always
tacos
yes.
Is a good option.
Yes. So that's in casual one I think I should mention tacos. I mean I know many like casual foods, but well as a representative thing I should mention tacos. Yes.
Okay guys, so Toshi is architect. Toshi es un arquitecto y vamos a hablar un poquito acerca de su opinión y vamos a preguntarle acerca de ese tema. Así que comenzamos con las preguntas sobre arquitectura. Toshi, please tell us why did you decide to major in architecture?
Decision for the life, so it's not that easy to define which timing I decided to become, but there are some events and in my personal history, and probably the first and very important one was when I was in elementary school. There was a kind of school trip to the city called Nara. There are like many historical buildings, and when I visited this temple called Todaiji, this little Toshi felt something. When I just stepped in one step to that Buddhism temple, I felt something and freezed. So that was the first experience for me to realize architecture can, like music, like cinema, like literature, to affect people's emotional mind. So probably that is the first like opportunity to let me recognize the power of architecture. And for the long time, I've been thinking to be a kind of profession to express something, like novelist, film director, music composer, I don't know, fashion designer. But at the end, probably this experience in my childhood became decisive.
This is very interesting because even though you felt something, you didn't know exactly that was architecture or that had like some name, but at the end you felt something. You felt attracted by this building, by this experience, and even though you didn't know about the name of it, you felt it.
Yes, that's the point. So it took time. So it's that, as I said, there are several events to drive me to decide at the end. Then when clearly at that time, when I visited there, I felt something, but didn't realize what was that.
That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Toshi, I think this is a complex question. How would you describe architecture?
It's a very good question. For me, architecture is like the way to perceive the world now. People may think architecture is a hardware, and you have software as like a lifestyle of this kind of thing. And these two are like independent or like a contradictory thing. So for me, when we see the architecture, I see the culture, the way of life of the people using that space. Because this software itself is not that visible without architecture. But when we see the architecture has a very wide, and when you see Japanese traditional way of life, well, actually that's called tatami, on floor of tatami. We Japanese traditionally sit directly on it without any furniture. But it's very difficult to explain the way of life without the item of tatami. But when you see tatami, then you can understand how traditional Japanese way of life exists. Like,
I think that's a very interesting concept, a very interesting way of seeing architecture. In my personal opinion, I think we see architecture everywhere, but we don't realize about this topic. So for me it's very interesting, and I hope for you too, amigos de esta by, that we are learning about architecture and the point of view of Toshi, so we can understand a little better what's surrounded us and how we interact with everything, and the importance and the historical importance of buildings we see in the streets, especially in Puebla, right? It's
Yes.
like a living museum, a living city. Thank you so much for sharing your point of view.
you're very welcome.